Hey my loves! Today I want to share with you guys what I packed in my hospital bag on my way to have Julia delivered. And I have to start out with my absolute 3 essentials because these are absolute staples and you guys need to have these no matter what. Number 1, a really nice stiletto, because not only are you going to look great and feel fabulous, but you can also punch it into the gut of your unsupportive husband or doctor. You're going through enough pain as it is, you might as well have them feel it as well. Number 2, you want a really good red lippy, because little known fact, babies come out of the womb and cry because they're not looking your greatest. Have you ever heard of a baby crying when they come out and see their mother in a red lippy? And number 3, a fabulous perfume, because you don't want baby to smell blood, sweat, and tears. You want them to smell your signature scent. Okay, all kidding aside, guys, I wanted to share with you guys what I packed in my hospital bag when I was on my way to deliver Miss Julia. And I packed a ton of stuff. Like I overpacked. I had a really good labor experience, so I only used maybe 15% of what I actually ended up packing, but I like to overpack and be just prepared for any situation. So let's just get into it. So I started by breaking up everything into 3 categories. 1, baby, 2, me, and 3, Chris, because everyone needs their own kind of thing of products. So I'm going to start with Mwah. What did I pack for me? The first thing is packing my own pillows. Now this is obviously not a necessity, but if you're someone like me that likes to have tons and tons of pillows and like to be comfortable, this is an essential. One thing that I can tell you about your pillows is make sure you go out and buy or find some really bright pillowcases. You want to make sure that your pillows are distinct from the hospital pillows, because if they're white or cream or whatever, then the laundry service may come around and take your pillows. You don't want that. They're your pillows. Next are headphones and your phone if you have music on it, or an iPad or playbook or whatever happens to be with TV shows that you enjoy, your charger, all that stuff. I didn't personally use this, and that's because I just needed sleep. I just wanted to get as much rest as I possibly could in the time that I was in labor at the hospital, so I didn't end up using this. But before I went to the hospital, I sat in the tub and watched a full season of Community. So it kind of depends, I guess, on when you go to the hospital and how long you're in labor for, but it's always good to have it as an option. Next is cheap pajamas and robe. So I bought just from Walmart a really comfy pair of pajama bottoms, and I'll show you the robe. It was just all in black because I didn't know what kind of like fluids and various things they're just coming out of everywhere, so that was too much information. So this is just a nice stretchy robe, and it just ties up around the waist, so it's easy to pop on and off depending on if you need to walk around the hospital and all you want to do is just put on your bra and throw that on over top, go to the bathroom, whatever it happens to be. It's nice to have something like this with you. I didn't end up using this until after I gave birth, so I still use it when I'm just kind of bumming around the house with Julia. Next are these staple essentials for me, this was after I gave birth, post-birth situation, and that was toothbrush, toothpaste, a face wash, and a moisturizer. A moisturizer for the body and moisturizer for the face. Afterwards, you just feel so gross. Oh my gosh, I cannot tell you how overjoyed I was to have a shower when I got home from the hospital. Like it was really bad. But I'm telling you, brushing your teeth and giving your face a quick wash can you just feel so much more put together. And on top of that, make sure you pack a brush and a hair elastic and a couple of bobby pins. Actually, a couple of elastics because you might lose it. And for those of you that are blind like me, make sure you pack your glasses. You have extra contacts, contact solution, and your contacts case with you as well. Because I use this stuff all the time, I just had it in a little carrying case right on the counter in the bathroom, and that way if I suddenly went into labor and needed to be rushed to the hospital immediately, I just had it there, I just threw it into the car and we could go. Next is nursing pads, and you can get disposable ones, you can get ones that are reusable and you just wash. I personally like the disposable ones better, but everyone has their own preference. The ones that I'm using are by Lansino. They just look like this. They come in little packages, individual packages, so pack like 4 of them maybe and you should be fine. You shouldn't have a problem because it shouldn't be an issue until your milk comes in, but everyone's a little bit different, so it's good to have them just in case so you don't ruin your bras. Next, obviously your camera. Make sure it's charged and you bring your charger with you, because the last thing that you want is that you get there and your camera is dead. Next up is footwear. So you want to pack some warm socks because the temperatures in the hospital can be kind of off and on. They want to make sure that your baby is a good temperature. And also some people like to walk around during labor, so making sure you have like a cheap pair of slippers. I bought these from the Bay, which I think is a Canadian store, but they were really cheap. They were on sale, 50% off. The other one is running shoes. Those were a good option. That's what I wore to and from the hospital, just because they're really comfortable and you want something that's comfy to get you around the hospital. Okay, this next product is something I wish I had packed and I didn't. And that number one was a bag. You go through so many various articles of clothing or things fall on the floor, and you don't really want to wear things that are on the hospital floor. I just ended up throwing everything into the bag at the end of the day and shipped everything off and washed everything. But if you don't want to have to go through that, it's nice to have a bag to kind of separate the really gross stuff, and then you can just throw that right into the laundry when you get home. And then the next is a plastic baggie. This would have been great just to put any reading material that they give you at the hospital, because they do give you a ton of forms, information, pamphlets, all sorts of really great stuff to read. And also it's a great place to put any sort of memento kind of objects like the hospital band, anything that you want to kind of take with you that you can take with you. Don't go, you know, punking hospital things. Next, cheap old underwear. Either go out and buy some really, you know, cheap underwear, or take your oldest, rattiest pairs of underwear and bring that with you, because I guarantee you, you will not want to wear them afterwards. Trust me on this one. Bring all of your stuff that you need to bring with you to the hospital and put it into a very brightly colored folder, and put that into a giant purse that you're bringing with you to the hospital anyway. This was really important for me so that I could have my birth plan with me, any sort of insurance information, forms that I need to have filled out at the hospital. That way it was very easy to find because it was bright, in my case it was bright yellow. But it also, everything is in one place, so you don't have to go and rummage around, and then that way Chris always knew where to go if the nurse was looking for the birth plan. Sounds like I have a lot of items, but I swear, like, these were all things that are really kind of nice to have. The next thing is a heat pack. You want to relax, your muscles might be tense, or you might have thrown a muscle out of whack when you're going into labor, or, you know, all that kind of stuff. So having this was really nice, just to heat up the muscles, and then Chris could give me a really nice massage because all the muscles were a little bit more relaxed. So this was a staple, not gonna lie. Really glad I had this. Next is a good nursing bra. These things I live in. Where did I get these ones from? I think I got these from Motherhood. Yeah, Motherhood Maternity. They cross in the front, so it makes it really easy to nurse your infant. They're super comfortable and awesome to wear. Make sure you're rotating through them quite often, because the elastic can get a little bit stretched out if you don't wash them quite frequently. Now the next product is completely optional. I did not bring this with me, but I know some women would really appreciate having this with them, and that is your nursing pillow. I have the Boppy pillow. Right now it's just wearing its waterproof case because I'm washing the other case, but they have pillows there that you can use, and honestly, baby is so small and light that you just hold them and not need a pillow at all, to be honest. And then last but not least, pack a bunch of super absorbent, crazy huge maxi pads. Just gonna leave it at that. Most hospitals will provide you with special underwear. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Now, stuff for Chris, I'm just gonna go over really quickly because he didn't need a ton of stuff. I packed granola bars for him, so he had some food, although there was a Tim Hortons in the lobby of our hospital, so he was fine regardless, as well as water bottles. I made sure that he brought a sweater with him, so he had a t-shirt and a sweater, a pillow, as well as a blanket. I made sure he packed his playbook and his phone and various chargers and stuff like that. But other than that, he didn't really need much. And last but not least, stuff for Bibi. First things first, outfits. Some people like to do really fancy outfits, like a coming home outfit. I just honestly just wanted baby to be as comfortable as possible. So one thing that I would recommend is getting 1 or 2 newborn sized outfits, preferably onesies. Again, I have talked about how much I love onesies. Highly recommend bringing those. And then a 3-month-old size, because honestly I had no idea what size she was going to end up being, and so all I had to go on was that when my mom gave birth to me I was about 7 pounds, so that is kind of the estimate that I went with, and newborn was definitely the size for her at that time. I just had to show you this. Look how cute that is! The little flowers on it. Oh, adorable. What else do I have in here? Here's another one. It's striped and has bows and a ladybug on it. Oh my gosh, these are too cute. Next, pack some hats. Again, various sizes. My hospital actually gave us a hat for baby, which was awesome. And it fit her so well. She basically lived in it, and I washed it pretty much every other day because I couldn't find any hats that were small enough for her without them covering her eyes, and she hated that. So just make sure that you have hats with you because they will need that because their heads get very cold and they lose a lot of heat through their head. Diapers, obviously make sure that you get the newborn size because they have a special cutout in the front for the umbilical cord. So that is very key. They usually have diapers at the hospital for you, but it's always good to bring a couple just in case. And also, newborn babies really don't poop much, so you don't really need like a whole pack or anything. Just pack a couple and that should be plenty. Next are washcloths. Now these are little baby washcloths. They're tiny, tiny little ones. They're very, very soft. I got a pack of 24 of them as part of like a baby shower gift. And these were great for wiping their bums. Personally, I didn't want to use any sort of wipes when she was first born, so for the first month I used these things, and I would just wet them with warm water and just kind of wipe her bum. It's a lot gentler, obviously, because it's just water, and their skin is so sensitive when they're first born, so I think that using just water was a lot better. And then swaddling blankets. Now this is, every area is going to be a little bit different on their recommendations on how to swaddle babies. Some recommend to do like a full swaddle, some say from the torso down swaddle, some say no swaddle at all. So talk to your doctor, talk to the hospital on what their recommendations are. And this is by Aiden and Anais, I think is how it's pronounced, but I'm not 100% sure. I will put a link to their products in the down bar. These are the softest, like best blankets ever. She lives in these. And then obviously a car seat. Make sure you have your car seat in your car at all times. Don't want to leave that at home. And last but not least, this is an odd one, but nail clippers, specifically baby nail clippers. She came out of the womb and had giant, long, crazy lady fingernails. And I wish I had nail clippers with me so that I could trim them a little bit because I felt so bad because like anytime she would touch her face, she'd get like little red marks on her face, and it's like, poor baby. The only other thing that I would recommend is if your hospital has a tour that you can go on, I highly recommend doing that and just checking out the labor ward and the space that you'll be delivering in, and then you can ask all of your questions that are specific to the hospital or just location in general that you will be giving birth. So that is everything for this video. I hope I answered a lot of questions for all the new moms out there going into labor and thinking about, you know, the impending labor that is to happen. If you want to know how my labor went, go and check out the link on the screen and in the info bar below. I did a whole video on my labor experience, the good, the bad, the ugly. Got a lot of detail in that video, so go and check that out if you're interested. And that's everything for this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more Mommy Loves videos, and if you have any requests on videos that you want to see for this channel, leave them in the comment section below. I will post all of this information in the info bar below in case you guys want to copy and paste it into a Word document or something and print it out so that you have it there and you can kind of check it off as you go. Good luck to all you new moms out there, and I'll see you all in my next video. Love you girls. Mwah.